You have to click that got it button to clear that off your screen. And then I shall mute everybody.
You never did get the square. I didn't.
Oh, you don't get the square when I do that? Oh, interesting. Okay, because it usually pops up on my screen. So
There's a new one for mine, and it says okay.
yeah, or okay, not got it. It doesn't say click got it. Because for mine it says either got it or leave meeting.
Mine used to say got it. Now it says okay for some odd reason.
Well, that's helpful to know because then I can put that out there as well. Because I may not have updated, these phones and whatever, they just update to change things. And you're like, just what's the old saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right. So seated meditation, a little breathing. So again, we're sitting at the front edge, finding Zhongjung, central upright. Once you've got central upright intact, you practice the subtle art of Chunwan, or softening and releasing and allowing that sinking quality as your means of finding stability, right? So very likely you are not using that softening and relaxing quality to find stability. You're using holding, grabbing, locking, gripping, right? We all do it. I remember a way of thinking of this. There was some study of watching two amoebas crawling across a slide towards each other, and then when they bump into each other, their initial response is contraction, right? And so that's at the basest level of life and consciousness, is this response of fear and grip and hold and constriction. And the Taoist point of view that they're saying why that's so important not to do is one of the reasons is that when we contract, we shorten. Everything in the body shortens and tightens. And so then when we try to move our body, there's less room between every single layer of tissue, between every joint. So if we're in a state of sort of caution and tension, there's this global experience of less space, less room, less mobility. And then that just gets worse as we get older, and gets worse if you have things like Parkinson's or other nervous system issues, right? And so we are practicing the opposite of that, this softening, which allows lengthening and space. And then also that when we're soft and spacious and open, that there's a descent that happens that gives us ground, that gives us sturdiness and stability in relationship to the ground. That's the Chunwan. And then the Qingling is what's left, right? Is that, this movable, pliable, active, spring-loaded body. So every meditation practice that you do, and hopefully you do something every day, Zhongjung, Chunwan, softening and releasing, Qingling, feeling that nimbleness, that lightness, that aliveness that courses through. Let's do about 5-6 breaths here, conscious, thorough, in through the nostrils, long, smooth, and full. Light holding. Exhale, long, smooth, and empty. holding it. And then again, inhaling long, smooth, and full. Smooth and empty. And our first exercise, slide hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades. Head up. And then slide the hands forward, past the knees, hollow the chest, round the back. And slide hands, elbows back, shoulder blades back, arch. This would be with inhale. And then with exhale. Inhale. Body methods force us to encounter these places of stiffness that are deeper, more entrenched. So that's the importance of doing body practice, is that you can think you're relaxed, you can think you're going, yeah, I got nothing extra going on. But then you start moving through these nooks and crannies and barnacles and stuck spots that otherwise go unnoticed. Now come back to the neutral, right in the middle, and let's rotate. Left hand forward, right hand and elbow back, turn. Back to the middle, turn. Back to middle and turn. And just be in no rush. Just exploring these directions of movement. And back to the middle. Arms hang. Side lean. Soft. Left wrist up as you lean to your right. Left foot can even kind of float up off the floor and then change. And back to middle. Shoulder blade, range of motion. We start with forward, then up, back, down. Neutral, meaning loose and hanging, forward, up, back, down. The movement isn't complete until you release it all the way to neutral. And then you go into your next round. Getting that sliding, gliding quality. And reverse. We go back, up, slide over top, down. Shoulder blades have to stay retracted, protract, stay protracted, neutral. Back, up, over, down. And bend the elbows. Elbows flare out, up, down, around in front, squeeze, down, out and up, down, around and in. Now down and then back, straight back, and then down, forward, up. And then forward, down, back, down, forward, up. One more. And then elbows down to your side, out to the sides, and then one above, one below, cross, hug your own torso, and then open, close, open, close, open, open, and elbows down, arms down, loose. Scoot a little bit back on your chair. Bring your right knee up and right heel back and in towards the buttock, and then push. Back to chamber and then down. Switch leg, chamber, push, chamber, down, chamber, push, chamber, chamber. Now, right foot, point and flex. And then tilt the foot in, out, and then circle around. Reverse circle around. And down. Other leg, foot, point and flex. Tilt the foot in a little, out a little, in, out, in, out. And circle around, around. And reverse. And down. Scoot to the front edge of your chair again. Step your feet a little wider apart than hip distance. Lift the toes, turn the knees and toes in, knees and toes out. Focus on the movement actually coming from the hip, groin area, hip socket. Open, close, open, close, open, close. And then back to neutral. Feet hip distance, forward fold, hip hinge. Sit upright. And then lean a little bit back from the hips. Sit back a little. And then sit upright. Hold. Upright. Lean back. We're looking for freedom of movement at every joint. Anywhere there isn't total freedom of movement, it's messing up our mechanics, our ability to move efficiently and with ease. So we're just trying to liberate any of these stuck places. Now drop the arms, let the arms hang nice and loose. Slide your feet back a little. And again, when I'm going to stand up, my first gesture is essentially forward, right? So I fold. So I haven't even done anything really here. And then I put a little energy into coming forward out of the chair. And then standing vertical. Sitting down, we got to do the opposite. Keep the weight down through your feet. Butt goes back, arms and shoulders forward. Fold all the parts, land, and then sit vertical. Let's do it again. Fold, pour yourself out of the chair and rise up. And then butt back, sink. And more. Now, don't sit in the chair, but fold and use this to get down near the floor, the Tai Chi squat. And rise. Tai Chi squat. And remember, this sitting of the butt is key. I'm not just pulling forward, I'm sitting the butt, but not on the chair, but my butt's still very low to the ground, and then rise all the way vertical. Now, standing in the middle here. Remember that you have a foot, your feet are lean a little forward, less room in the back, less room behind. So then when you tip back, you don't lean your body like this. You just kind of move the belly back a little. And then forward, back. So I want to be very careful with this, of course. So it's just this relaxed quality. And notice, Alex, notice that I'm not doing this. Notice that when I go forward, my body stays straight. And I'm just a little bit forward. But my hips, I'm not bending at my hips at all, right? And then when I go back, there is almost a little bend of the hips, kind of like I'm sticking my butt back like that. That's an exaggeration of what's happening when you go back a little. And forward. Now, as you rock forward, hands forward. As you rock back, swing the arms and hands back a little bit. Back. Forward. Back. Forward. Back. Now, staying a little bit in your heels, open and lift. So hold this shape where you're a little bit in your heels and you're open across this whole space here. And then tip into your toes and sweep the arms around and in front. So it'll have this shape to it. Then go into your heels and bring the hands back at the level of the mouth, right? In. And then settle to the middle of your feet. Your hands settle down right at belly button height. And then you do one of those Tai Chi squats that we did, which is hips back. And as you sink the butt, let your arms go straight and long. So release the arms down to the earth. And then push through the ground to stand back up, and your arms just hang loose. Then we're going to do that again. Rock to your heels, open, lift. Rock to your toes, sweep around, reach. Rock to your heels, bringing the hands in the upper. All right, so Alex, notice what I did there? See where my hands are? Here, yeah. So just do that a couple of times, everybody. Bring your hands in front, and then back. And in front, so it can't go any further, and then back, and it can't go any further, right? So that's a complete movement. So when you rock back, come all the way here. Then settle to the middle of your feet, your hands come down to the belly, and then hips back, sink, and release the arms long and loose. Push through the earth, stand back up. We're going to do that again. Rock back, open, lift. Rock forward, sweep the arms around, reach in front. And then what we just practiced, rock back, bring the hands all the way back to the mouth level, and then settle to the middle of the feet, hands settle to the middle, and then hips go back, sink. And then just everything's relaxed, just push through the earth and let your body just find its natural standing position. And shogun, or closing gesture, wings, palms up, fold over top, settle. Got the navel right here, turn the palms to face in. And hands cross. Now, Tai Chi. So Yang style Tai Chi is different than Chen style Tai Chi. So we're doing the Yang movements today. So from your standing position, hands forward and up, right? And making sure the hands have this loose quality. And then at the top, float over and change. And then down. And back. And then again, down, floating up. Change. Down. Do that a couple of times. And so the movements and the sort of quality that you do the movement with leads towards the result. So by emphasizing soft, loose, spacious, and leisurely movement, we induce a certain effect, a certain result that we're looking for. One more. Now, as you come down, scoop hands right underneath here in this low cradle. Now, open, wings, and then that little change of position, right? This change happens. Then you sweep down. And at the bottom here, there's this little change of position as well. Fingers come in, there's now that round shape, and then we're opening. Then change that shape down. Right in front. Again. Now, wing. Turn your palms up and fold just at the elbow so the hands fall right into this space. And then let the hands fall through that space. Soft, relaxed arms. Do it again. Wing, roll, fold, and they fall through this space. All the way soft and long. One more time. Wings, roll, fold. Fold. Down. Now, the opposite of that. Bring the backs of the hands in. Come up, close to your body. Right? So we're close to the body. Then go up over the top and out. Now, and it looks like my internet's very unstable. Is it glitchy for you guys? It is? Dang it. Let me try something. I might lose you for a second. I'm just going to change to a different. Am I back now? Okay, so hopefully this one will be a little smoother. We have 2 that the house offers. Hopefully it'll be better. Backs of hands close. Come up. Out over the top. Down. Backs of hands close. Up. Out over the top. Down. Now, embracing moon. Wings. Turn right palm up. It comes up and over. Left hand sweeps down under. So we get this top and bottom. And then 1 up, 1 down. Other down, other up. Go over top with this hand. Out underneath this hand. And then we switch. Left hand over top. Right hand underneath. And then together. Apart. Around. Left hand under, right hand over. Together. Apart. Around. One more. Now out to the wings. Both hands down. Scoop position. Rise up. Turn the hands over. Down. Scoop. Rise up. Turn over. Down. Again. Up. And down. Up. Now here, hands at the chest level, elbows back. Turn your hands forward. Push. Then turn the hands. Draw. All right, so the elbows are back, chest area open. Turn the hands. Push. Long. Stay long as you come around the back. Draw. Turn the hands. Push. Draw. One more. Push. Draw. Now just your left hand, turn it and push. Let this induce a little bit of a turning from your middle pivot, and then turn, turn, get this hand ready, and then it's one draw, one push. And then turn, turn, one draw, one push. Turn the hands. One draw, one push. So ideally, both hands at the same time. Turn. Draw and push. And then hands change. Draw and push. Hands change. Draw and push. Now, this one is happening in this line in front of the shoulder. The next one happens along the center line. So you got left hand forward. Bring your, turn it palm up and bring it across so it's right on your midline. So right on this center line of the body. And then your pushing hand, bring it above so it's in this relationship, right? This relationship. And now they pass by each other. And it's the top hand that goes out. Now this hand that's out scoops under. This hand comes above. And lead not through your fingertips there, Janona, but through the outside edge. Yeah, so it's this passing by. And then scoop. This one raises up. And then it's one forward, one back. And then scoop. One forward, one back. And you'll notice, especially if you pay more and more attention to the body, that this has a very different impact than the previous push and draw, right? Just a simple change of where the hands are and what edge of the hand we're leading with induces different changes in the shoulders and the torso and the back, even in the hips. So this changing palm. And then both hands back, down, relaxed, loose. Now, from your middle pivot, change your weight to your right leg, and then change your weight to your left leg. So just get that sort of simple lateral change going, where it's some lateral movement, but mostly it's about letting the leg act like a spring rather than a stilt. Letting the leg have a little bendability, the one that you are putting the weight in. And then when you change weight over here, also letting that leg have a little bendability. So you want to get that to where that's second nature. That every time you put weight on the leg, you're not locking, you're softening, allowing it to do what it's built to do. Shift. So then we add to that this little turn. So shift into your left leg, turn, and sweep the hands across. Now, turn the hands specifically like this. So you've got that right hand facing that way, palm, left hand palm facing that way. So the hands are specifically shaped like that. Now, change leg, turn from your middle pivot. This is called brush knee. This is called sweep the leg. Then we turn the hands around. They're ready to go the other way. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. And then turn the hands the other way. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. Turn the hands the other way. Shift, turn, brush, sweep. So the holy grail of Tai Chi practice is the middle. So how do we get the middle? How do we cultivate the middle? The only way that we can have it is by exploring freedom of movement of all the parts around and through the middle. So now let's go into the swirl the stream. So now that sweep lake hand goes out away from the body and then comes around and then comes in close. And now this hand is going to go out far away from the body, but then comes in close. So we just added another variable of freedom of movement, but the middle is still the main purpose here. The middle that is the constant, whether I'm filling up the left leg or filling the right leg, whether I'm turning left, I'm turning right, whether my hand is up or down, left, right, or center. Now let's go, the bear swats the jumping fish. So this hand comes up around chest height and across, falls down towards the water as the other hand rises, and then brush knee, swat the fish. And then the left hand goes down as the right hand rises up, and then we're shifting into the left leg, turning from our middle, brush knee, swat the fish, and then changing. And this idea of the body parts, upper and lower, left and right, communicating to each other between, or through rather, through the middle. Continue, couple more. Start to go for that higher jumping fish. So we're reaching higher, up and over, and then letting that hand fall down into the water. And then it's shift and turn and swat the fish that's jumping really high. And then down. And then swat. Down. And again, we're changing leg. We're turning from the middle pivot. Now, stay in your right leg. Everybody in your right leg. I'm in my left. You be in your right leg. Bring your left hand down and into the water, ready for brush knee. So it can't already be here. It has to stay over here. And then bring your your right arm up, roll, fold. So now we're all loaded up or stored. So now, Alex, do you notice how your hand is over here? Where's my hand? See where my hand is? Yeah, there. Because if it's already over here, then it's not loaded anymore. Here, this is loaded, ready to push, right? So this stored position of the weight in your right leg, the body turned to the right, left hand dipped in the water, right hand loaded. Now we go shifting into the left leg, turn from the middle. Now it's brush knee and push. So both of those happen with each other, brush and push. Now, left hand floats up like a wing, right hand dips down into the water as the left hand roll, fold. So Alex, I'm going to show you very close. Do you see where my hand is compared to the body? You were sort of out here doing this. This is a lot simpler, by the way. The good news is whatever you're doing, if it's not this, it's usually more. This is easier. This is just, it's just right in close. It's right in this little pocket. And then this hand is dipped in the water over here. And we're, again, loaded, turn. So now we go shift and turn and brush and push. And then we let those arms just continue along the course we sent them. Left hand dips down, right arm rolls, folds. Now, Alex, the same thing I told you on that last one. Don't be across here. Here. Yeah. Shift and turn and brush, push. Left arm wing. Right hand starts dipping down as left hand rolls and folds. Shift and turn. So the way my teacher talks about it, let everything get everyone on the bus. So we're going here. You don't want to already start shifting before you've gotten it, then it's all broken, right? Versus stay here so that you get everybody on the bus. And then we shift and turn and brush and push. And right hand down, left hand roll, fold. Everyone on the bus, and then the bus can go. Stay over here long enough to let everything cycle back through. Fold that right elbow, everyone's on the bus, and then the bus can go. Let's do a couple more, see if you can get that feeling where you're not breaking the unified quality of the body. So that's that sort of too loose thing. It's a little bit sloppy. So we don't want to be sloppy. We want to be soft and relaxed, but precise. Right, and then bring those hands down. Wash your paws. Now, put all the weight in your right leg. Left foot should be empty. Turn the foot a little bit out and step it behind you a small amount, just a little step back. And then shift back into your foot that's a little behind you so that 100% of the weight's in your left, right? So as you go into your left leg, your right foot, maybe you can do this here, this little cat stance. Right? You got the toe touching, but it's empty. And then we bring this empty foot back, touch the heels together, both feet pointed out, shift your weight into your right leg, so now your left foot is empty. And then, if you can, float that left foot forward. And what you don't want to do is this. What you do want to do is stay back here and step this foot out. Right, like that. And then bring the foot back, change the weight to the left, toe floats out. And step back, chain, toe, back, chain, toe. Now with your right toe out, bend your right elbow and point right fingertips up, and have your other hand like so. So it's not bent and it's not straight, it's just in this little place. That's one of the difficulties of Tai Chi, is it's always sort of like a quality rather than a fixed position. It's this quality of your hand, sort of that gunslinger ready quality, right? So golden rooster standing on one leg. Now bring your right foot back, nothing changes in the hand. And then change the weight to the right leg, right hand comes down, bend left elbow to point up and put left toe out in front of you. So that's 3 changes, right? 4 changes really, because the weight is changing. Bring the foot back, left foot back. So eventually we want all 4 of those changes to happen at the same time. The changing of the weight with the hands. Notice how one is coming down, one is going up. I didn't do one and then the other. We want to have it happening simultaneous, and the toe comes out. Bring the foot back, nothing changes. And then everything changes. The hands, the weight, and the other foot. And then I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Bring the foot back, nothing changes. And then everything changes. Change the weight, the hands, the toe. Bring the foot back, nothing changes. Everything changes. Shift. Bring the foot back, nothing changes. And then shift the weight, everything together. Bring the foot back, nothing changes. Everything. Foot back, nothing change. Shift weight, everything change. Again, from our middle. The foot comes back, the weight change and all that changing of hand position, everything is communicating through the middle. So it's how we start to feel like we're moving from our middle is working on making these movements simultaneous. The only way to really do that is from the mind getting to the middle and coordinating. Foot comes back, change. And so then that's one of the reasons why slowness is a huge part of Tai Chi, because that's the only way to check, 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 keep checking. Are they simultaneous? Is everything timing together? Are they connected? Boom. One more. Foot back. Going slow enough. Coordinate. And then both hands down, feet parallel again. Wash your paws. Wash your paws. Now, stay in your right leg. Take your left hand, your lake sweep hand, and float it up. Now you've got cloud, lake. Weight is in the right leg, body is turned to the right. Now we start by shifting into the left leg, then turning from middle pivot. That gets the hands, 60, 70% of the way. I didn't do anything from my shoulders. All I did was turn from this middle, right? So I didn't lead with my hands and then turn after. It's shift and turn, and then be loose enough that there's sort of a floating momentum that carries the hands through. And then same thing here. We don't lead with the hands. We lead with the weight shift, turn, cloud, lake. The lake vapors up, the cloud rains down. And then it's shift, turn, cloud, lake. Rain and vapor. Shift and turn, cloud and lake. Rain and vapor. Shift and turn, cloud, lake. Rain, vapor. Okay. Now we're going to add this challenge here. Staying in your right leg for a moment. Change the hands. Now your left foot should be empty, so bring the left foot in and out. And then let's go that way. Shift, turn, cloud, lake. Now change the hands, so one up, one down. Now the right foot should still be empty. Bring it in and out. Then shifting, turning, cloud, lake. Hands, as they're changing, left foot in, left foot out. Shift, turn, cloud, lake. As the hands are changing, right foot in, right foot out. Shift and turn. As the hands are changing, vapor and rain, left foot in, left foot out, still empty. Shift, turn, cloud, lake. Vapor and rain, right foot in, right foot out. Shift and turn. Shift and turn, cloud in the sky, lake down at the bottom. As the hands change, bring the right foot in, right foot out. So make sure one hand is high there, Alex. Yeah, so that's the key, is differentiating. So it's not sort of together like this, but one is clearly high, one is clearly low. And they come across staying high and low. And then very clearly, they change. So now the one that was high is now low, and the one that's low is now high. In, out. Shift. Turn. Left leg. One more each way. And bring both hands down. Wash. Wash. Settle. Now this footwork / upper body work. So change your weight into your left leg, turn your right foot out 5 degrees, change the weight into the right leg, step your left foot forward with the toes pointing forward, and do your best not to allow this leg to come across this way. So it's out, so there's a little what we call width, left to right, but there's also length front to back. So if I turn sideways, you can see I'm stepped in front by a little bit. I'm not way out here, but I'm in front, but I'm also not here in front, I'm out. So it's a combination of those two. And the toes point straight ahead. So now shift 70% into your front leg. So this is a classic Tai Chi stance of 70, 30. And then we shift back to 100, 0. So now it's 100, and this leg, eventually you're able to pick it up and put it down. And then shift 70, 30, and then 100, 0. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Notice that I'm not leaning. I'm not leaning. The primary direction is still down. So I'm keeping Zhong Zheng, central upright. 70, 30. The knees are soft, legs are soft. Notice how my heels are not coming off the ground. My toes aren't coming off the ground. So by keeping them sort of glued down, I'm having to find space in the tissue and joint relationships, as well as the quad, especially the groin area. So now let's switch, come back into your right leg, bring your left foot back, heels close to each other, this foot out at that 5 degrees, change the weight here. So now step forward. So you want to eventually get good at this step that's, again, it's got width and length, right? And the toes point straight ahead. Now shift 70, and then 100. 70, 30. 100. I'll turn sideways so you can see. 100, 70, 30, but this foot stays down. Body is loose. Body's got verticality still. Arms are loose. 100, 70, 30. 100, 0. 70, 30. 100, 0. Now, come back into your back leg, step back, change. Left foot steps forward. Now, bring your hands up, elbows back, turn palms forward. Shift 70 and push. All right, so push. And then fully extend, but stay where you are, right? So when we extend, we don't get out of our legs. We're extending, and then turn the hands and draw back. Shift back to this 100, 0, and also do your best not to do this when you come back, right? So we're coming back, but we're down still to the earth. Then turn the hands, push. Arms extend, but your middle stays stable and connected to the ground. And then turn your hands and Come back. Turn the hands. Shift 70-30. Push. And then turn the hands. Draw. Push. Draw. Push. So we've got groundedness, we've got verticality, we've got pliability, mobility. Push. Back. Now we're going to switch. So bring your left foot back. As you change, drop the hands. Then as you step, bring the hands up. And the other leg should be forward now. So it should be your right leg. Push. Draw. Push. So that we can have a full extension of a push without losing our middle. 70-30. 100-0. 70-30. 70-30. 100-0. Keep that idea that everything's down still. The power comes from being down, not up here with a bunch of effort. Dropping all effort out allows us to have these qualities of pliability, freedom of movement, yet very stable. And that's a dangerous combination. Now, we're going to switch each time. So, bring the foot back, drop the hands and stand up, switching sides. Sink down through your right leg now. As your hands come up, step. So that all happens together. And then shift 70-30, push. Sink back, 100-0. Step the foot back. Stand as you go through to the other side. Sink. Bring the hands up and step, right? So that together of sinking through this leg, boom. But notice what I didn't do was this. This is empty. So that I can go. Bring that foot back. Stand. So we're practicing going from standing casually here to sink and flow. And turn and stand. Just casual. And then one more each. It's all what they call Shenfa, just body methods that challenge where we're stuck, give us opportunities to practice important, essential fundamentals. And then we'll finish our practice here, rock a little to the heels, open and lift. Rock a little to the toes, sweep around, closing. Rock to the heels, hands come back as if bringing in the upper. Settle to the middle of the feet, hands settle to the middle. And then this little squat. Same thing we did at the beginning of class. Rock back and open. Lift, rock forward, sweep around, close. Rock back, bringing in, rock middle, settle middle, and one more. And then final shogun or closing gesture. Wing, roll, fold, settle, settle, settle. Turn palms to face in. Elbows loose, shoulders loose. And then seal. 1, 2. Doing nothing at all. And then that final hand mudra representing harmonizing yin and yang creates that little symbol, little hand symbol there. So, thank you, everybody. Have a marvelous weekend. And if there are any questions or thoughts, insights, please share. Thank you.